inconceivable and forever. The self alone exists. It is utterly egoless. There is nothing apart from that. There is no one other than that. Non-differentiation is of its very nature. With the conception of I, of some kind of individuality, comes illusion, the ending of which is in the form of spiritual practice, which is inquiry to know what we really are. When you so inquire, the unreal, being unreal, simply ceases to exist. It is as if the non-existent became non-existent again. Even considered from the perspective of manifestation, throughout all time and space, of what significance is the minuscule, embodied, personal entity? It is like nothing at all. And from the advantage of self-knowledge, the whole universe, with all its time and space, is as nothing at all. Therefore, spiritual practice has for its aim and for its purpose the utter elimination of the conceiving of yourself as an individual entity, as an embodied form. If that delusion is abandoned, the self-existent remains self-evident. Both the delusion and the one who is deluded are of the same character, and it is these that really do not exist. Self-knowledge reveals this. If there is the conception of an individual I or ego, then the conception of names and forms, all that is conceivable and perceivable, follows. If name and form are abandoned, by inquiring for whom are they, and realizing the non-individualized, non-conceiver, non-perceiver nature of your own being, then what is found to exist is only being consciousness bliss, with no possibility of name or form, of I or this world. That which is found is ever existent, the nature of the one who realizes himself. All that is occurring is the doing away with imagination. For the reality always is, and alone is. That alone is, that alone is what you are, that there is no possibility of anyone or anything else ever, is the significance of non-duality. Its significance is not only a resolution or absence of opposites, but rather its significance is that which alone is. That is the self. If now you think I'm speaking about something else, I'm speaking about you. Not something apart from you. Not something unrealized by you now that will be realized by you later. But about you. The only self that you truly are. This which you are is the aim of all spiritual practice. This which you are is the inner core of all spiritual experience. Yet in its own nature, it is beyond the conception of attainment or its opposite, and is not an experience, but the only reality. In his commentary on the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Shankara says that there are two types of humility, or two types of egolessness, really. Egolessness is the term he uses. The first, he says, is of a sattvic nature, and is demonstrated or manifested through the humility of holy people. The second, though, he says, is indescribable because it's utterly inconceivable. And while the first is beneficial, leading toward the second is that which we must realize. It is beyond any quality, even sattva. This egolessness is the realization of our own true self. It implies the utter destruction of the notion of another, that you would be something else other than that self. This is why the Maharshi has said the egoless state is our real state, the only state that there is. That is, you are not one kind of self at any other time, at some time, and the real self at another time. Abandon imagination, or ignorance as we call it, and know the truth of your being. You abandon such imagination or ignorance by knowing it to be such. And with such abandonment, all is only Brahman. Brahman alone is.